Hey kitties, what's happening? This is another video from the Angry Photographer here. I placed down the stairs. You can't see it. I got a test chart, and it's pretty dark. There is no light in the basement. We're talking about 24 feet away. There is a light pointed at the ceiling about 12 feet over in this direction in the basement. I had the tripod set right here, shooting at f4.5 using the 24 to 70 f2.8 Nikkor on both the Nikon D750 and D810. And we did test shots at ISO 1600, 3200, 6400, and 12,800 on both Nikon D750 and the D810, and I will post the link down below for you to look at the test shots. So we have a 24 megapixel Nikon D750 and a 36 megapixel Nikon D810. So of course I had the Nikon D750 2 months ago. It's no shocker to me, but most of you will think it is a shocker. Okay, 24 megapixels, 36 megapixels, $2,000, $3,000, both full frame sensors. Like I said, I used this lens on both cameras. Both did mirror up on both of them, so no shake. Same f4.5. So let's take a look at one example that I want you to look for when you download the images. Let's take a look at, let's go to Nikon D810. Here you go. Now you saw how dark it was down there. This is at 12,800, but I have test samples for both at 1600, 3200, 6400 and 12,800. This is at 12,800 on the Nikon D810. What I want you to pay attention to when you download the image is that not only do I have the chart here, you can take a look at some color saturation here, but over here to the right, I want you to take a look. You can't see because of the overhead lights up here so much, but there is a can of Raid. Yeah, I know, really fascinating. And there's also a metal dish thing right down here. And obviously I'm getting a reflection here, but here we go. I want you to take a look at this on the Nikon D810, which that was at every ISO between the 750 and the Nikon D810. And let's take a look at the 750 and zoom in, and so I can place this. We have a tremendous, even though it's a 24 megapixel sensor, we have much better low light. Now you can't even see it down there. If you're actually looking down there with your eyeballs, you can't even see this metal dish. Now I want you to take a look at the resolution on this metal dish and the can of Raid and the writing over there, but also take a look at the box and take a look at the stitching on this old-time suitcase. Don't just look here. If you look here only at the test chart, that's only going to tell you part of the story. Obviously, we are talking about a 36 megapixel sensor versus a 24, but what will astound you as you climb from ISO 1600 to 3200 to 6400 to 12,800 is that you'll notice that things rapidly change pace. Obviously, we do have more megapixels for more resolving power on this chart, but if you look at this chart only and this papyrus ink drawing up here, you're not going to get the picture. I want you to take a look at what's over here in the shadows. And looking down the stairs, even with my really good eyesight, you can't see any of this, okay? Now I want you to take a look at these things on the D750 and on the Nikon D810, okay? So don't just look at these, look at especially over here, and take a look at the stitching on the box, and take a look at a piece of paper with drawing on it here. Especially look in the deep shadows, especially. Now what happens is that the Nikon D750 blows the dog piss out of the Nikon D810. Unquestionably so. Same lens on both, same f-stop. I can also upload the raw files if you want. I did no touch-ups, no contrast, brightness, toning. I just did a Nikon Capture NXD conversion to JPEG. So any Tom, Dick, and Harry can go down the link below and compare the two, download them. I think they're like 12 megabyte pics on the D810 and like 10 megabytes on the Nikon D750. So download those. Let's take a look at the picture yourself. Don't be influenced by me. Bring them up both side by side. Each file will be named like D750 6400. That means it's a Nikon D750 at ISO 6400. It'll say 810 12800, which is obviously the Nikon D810 at 12800 ISO. So the Nikon D750 blows the dog piss out of the water regarding the D810. Okay, even at 24 megapixels, same lens, D750 blows the 810 away. Obviously, however, if you're just looking at the chart and pure megapixels, there is more. Not a tremendous amount more, but there obviously is an additional 12 megapixels spread out over on that FX sensor on the D810. So that should be no shocker to anybody. But you might be shocked that the difference isn't that dramatic. And we are talking about a long, dark hallway at the basement of which is dark with one light pointed at the ceiling 12 feet away over here, as I just showed you at the beginning of this video. This should give you a really happy... I don't think there's anybody else that on YouTube actually has a comparison like this. So we're talking about, well, because a lot of people have asked me, like, well, should I get the Nikon... The sale was supposed to end, by the way, on the Nikon D750 today, but they might have extended it because B&H and other places still show it as $2,000 USA warranty. It's supposed to expire tonight, and it's already passed tonight. They might have extended it, or they might just change it tomorrow, but it's supposed to go up back to its normal price of $2,300. But currently, you know, we're talking $1,000 difference. You can have the Nikon D810 gray market price like $2,400 roughly. Gray market on the D750 $1,600. So either way you split it, USA or gray market, you're still talking about $1,000 difference. The D810 is a beefier build camera, obviously and logically so. It is heavier, logically and questionably so. The Nikon D750, it does blow the D810 when it comes to blow the D810 out of the water when it comes to a buffer. So it's better for action, especially for low light action. And really, really lightweight. And as I told you in a prior video, if you ever want the dreamy wide zoom that was just like a peanut butter and jelly for the D750, get the ever recommended 18 to 35 Nikkor G series only. Unfortunately, can't find them used anywhere because nobody ever sells them, and when you never find something for sale, you know what that means? It means it's awesome. You know all those lenses that there's just tons and tons and tons of them on eBay? It means they suck! That means everybody that has one gets rid of it. They try to pawn it off on somebody else. Anyway, this is the video, and there's no other video. I looked and I couldn't find any videos comparing the D750 and the D810 high ISO, low light comparison. So download the pictures below. Take a look for yourself for 4 pictures each. You know, 4 pictures for the 750, 4 pictures for the 810, 1600, 3200, 6400, and 12800 ISO. Same thing for both using this lens, the ever expensive 24 to 70 2.8 Hallmark lens for weddings and portraiture, yada yada yada. Could have used a sharper lens. 2470 is not the absolute sharpest lens, obviously logically so. I could have used a prime, but all things being equal, the test results will be the same. I've already tested that myself using a prime 60mm. Same difference, slightly sharper results. Okay, it's a 60mm versus 70, so all things being equal, results are still the same. So now that's what you're going to ask me. So what about a prime between the two? Why don't you stick a prime 200mm on both? Okay, just same thing, different lens. All you've done is change the values from here to here, but both of them still remain just as far apart. So there's the answer, kiddies. Nikon D750 blows the D810 out of the water in high ISO, low light. And I'm not just talking about, like I said, please look in the test shot at not what I have at the center point here. Okay, right here. You're gonna look in here. It's like, well, I don't really see anything. If I blow it up, the D810's got more information here. Look over here, folks. Look over here. Okay, then look down here, especially here. Okay, got it. If you like this video, send me a buck or two. Tell me to go screw myself. Whatever makes you happy. Working hard on the website. I got 3 hours of sleep this morning. I haven't slept in 3 days. I kid you not. I'm running on caffeine and grapes right now. And don't make fun of my pictures. I know my basement is ugly, but you know, I can only do so many things in life, for crying out loud. So don't make fun of my basement. All right. Enough talking on my part. I'll shut up, catch you later, and I hope you like this video, right? Bye! Bye!